All right, now let me bring in some callers. Okay, let me do this. There's some more super chats too, but
Oh,
let's
callers, that'll be
see.
fun.
Yeah, let's do it. Aiden, you're on the kill stream. Go ahead.
Oh, so I have a question for Slacker.
Yes.
Uh, I think you know me, Slacker. We haven't been in VC. It's Aiden.
Sorry, what?
Do you know me?
Oh, Aiden Projects?
Yes, yeah, it's me.
Oh, shit, what's up, man?
What's up?
Oh, I
So
didn't
I
even
wanted,
recognize you.
yeah. So, we had a political discussion on Twitter a while back, and I was wondering if we could. I feel like this would be the right place to finish it off.
I
Um,
mean, sure, yeah.
It was in regards to a video posted of an NYPD car driving and a protester jumping in front of the car, and you said that was police brutality.
Yeah, that was.
I I see. I'm like just I've been trying to figure out the logic for a while.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If I'm driving in a car and somebody jumps in front of me, right? And I'm not going a speed at which I can't stop, right? Like, this is a hypothetical situation. What is my first instinct going to be? It's not going to be continue running over the person in front of me. It's stop, right?
Well, yeah, but you also have to take into account what if that person that just jumped in front of your car is throwing flaming objects at you?
All right, listen, Aiden. The clip that you're referring to, do you have a link to it, like right now?
Yes, yeah. Should I
Okay,
send
could you
that
link it in
to
chat,
you yeah?
Ralph? I would
Oh yeah,
assume.
yeah. Sorry, yeah. Link it to me. Yes, link it to me.
All right.
Okay. Send that. Where are you sending it? And I'll pull it up.
Where should I send it? Stream chat?
Yeah, you just send it to me on.
I'll send it to you on Twitter.
Yeah. That'll work. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Let me. Okay. Yes, on Twitter.
All right. Here it is. So this is a news footage that contains the clip. Just skip ahead of the lady talking, and the clip's right there. I'm sending it now.
All right. Let's see here. Where is it? It's not coming up. Twitter, damn you. Okay, there it is. All right. Now, let me pull it up. I'll just go ahead and play the video. It's 1:36. I'll put it in the chat thing here in case you want to pull it up, Slacker. And I'm going to go ahead and play it right.
It started off as peaceful protests in the afternoon, quickly took a dramatic turn by night. There are reports of demonstrations happening all over the city, but the bulk of the activity was here in Brooklyn as well as Manhattan. Here at the Barclays Center at one point overnight, there was a tense confrontation between police as well as protesters, but these protesters were on the move, at one point shutting down the Manhattan Bridge. And there was also some disturbing images of dumpsters, trash cans, and police vehicles going up in flames. Also, storefronts being smashed.
Dramatic turn.
Taking
you
place
mean when they burn down the fucking
city? A video
city?
has also surfaced showing two NYPD vehicles pushing into
bad.
a crowd of demonstrators, and officials are saying that those vehicles were being struck by rocks as well as other objects.
Of the riots right
Mayor
now?
Bill de Blasio.
I mean, yeah, actually, I would like that.
The riots?
What?
You're gonna try and justify the riots?
Yes.
All right.
Big brain.
Please go ahead.
All right, so basically the riots are more of a protest against the actual system that we live in. It's not just like protesting against the police brutality.
That's your defense?
What?
That's like...
I mean, that... Okay, so wait a second.
I mean, is there anything else there? Like, that's just one...
Wait a second. Where are the flaming objects?
So in the clip, there's a trash bag flown right onto the siren of the cop car. It might be hard to see, but if you can see.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. So it was thrown onto the cop car, and I slowed down the clip and zoomed in on Premiere. I posted on Twitter a long time ago, but in the clip you can see the car going slow enough for people to move out of the way, because these cops were waiting and waiting and waiting, and the protesters were blocking emergency vehicles, which need to get somewhere. and the cops, they had every opportunity in the world to move. The cops start slowly moving forward once flaming objects are thrown at them, and the protesters jump in front of the car. Now, somehow, like through some sort of mental gymnastics, this is considered police brutality, but
You're not supposed to run over protesters.
It's not protesting. You're blocking a roadway. You're blocking emergency vehicles.
Yep. When those emergency vehicles are trying to run people over as a part of the protest, isn't that like kind of a signal that, oh shit, maybe we should stop the people from running us over?
Dude, nobody even got really hurt here, which they should have, by the way.
Pushed. They got pushed, and if somebody died or got severely hurt, I'd consider it a suicide because they had every
blocking a road.
Really? I mean, honestly, yeah. Like, what the fuck are they doing? I don't know. Like,
all right, so
it's menacing behavior is what I'm saying, right? Like, go ahead.
All right, so for years, so let me ask you a question. What do you count as protesting? Like, what is a valid protest to you?
I mean, let him go. You go ahead. No, it's you. You guys should talk. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Basically, a protest to me is, well, also under the law, it's basically creating a message against something that you disagree with, or spreading a message towards a cause that you want to spread it towards in an act that spreads your message while abiding to laws. If it breaks those laws, then it goes to the point where it is no longer considered a protest and it becomes a riot. Blocking emergency vehicles, I'm pretty sure that's not legal. Especially when those, like, on a public road. So a protest is basically, just spreading a message, going towards a cause without going into riot territory.
So basically what I'm trying to understand here is, why is it that protesting needs to fit within these like narrow standards?
For public safety, I mean, these guys are standing out in the street, and plus this is during an event where property's been destroyed, people have been hurt, maimed. This is not just,
maimed?
Yeah, maimed.
Dead.
Did you not?
Someone was set on fire. Dude.
People were killed. I mean, there were people that died during this. I mean,
David Dorn.
And I don't know about in that particular spot. I guess it was in New York, but I know some people were fucked up in New York and some property was damaged. And so I don't know. Like, now if the police had, revved up and ran them over and then backed over them or something like that, I could see it maybe, but I just don't think. I don't know. That seems a little mild, I guess, to me. And again, I'll call the police when I think they're wrong. And I've talked about this on the show before. I think actually a lot of these police reformers or whatever actually do more damage to the cause than good by backing causes that are not smart, really. People who have had a reason to get shot by the police, possibly, or people who have reason to be have law enforcement enforce them, I guess. And so I think that actually does damage to the cause in general, but I won't get into that. That's a small personal take. Nurax with the Ninja Genie. Thank you very kindly, Nurax. And five Ninja Guineas. Very fucking kind of you, sir, from Armchair Doomer. Thank you so much for that. We're also up on entropystream.live/the Very kind of you, Armchair. You're helping keeping the show running, man. I appreciate that. All right, what else you guys got here? We had a little impromptu discussion.
Yeah. Well, basically,
peaceful protesting doesn't accomplish shit.
I'm sorry. What? Have you ever seen
peaceful protest? Martin Luther King literally got arrested for protesting, dude. How are you? Yeah. Don't even make the argument. Don't even try. Martin LutherKing literally got arrested.
That argument. Okay, just because he was arrested doesn't mean, as I said, it doesn't mean he wasn't being peaceful. Okay.
What?
He violated laws, but he was never violent during his protests towards anybody else. During these protests, he never went into that territory where he was violent and started to affect other people. And it literally was peaceful. Literally what he did was marching. They didn't destroy anything, and sitting at counters of places, like of diners and stuff.
And yet, for some reason, black people are still disproportionately killed by the police.
Well, maybe that's because they account for a disproportionate amount of violent crime.
But, okay, here's the thing, though. here's the thing. Why do they account for a disproportionate amount of crime, Aiden?
Because they are more prone to it due to the fact that they're more likely to be in poverty, which is because of, unfortunately, after segregation, it was harder for people to find work, and you had the formation of, like, ghettos and stuff, and that's just a sad reality of what happened. But the police, when somebody's committing a crime, the police shouldn't go and care about this person's background and, like, what made them the way they are. The police's job is to stop the crime, like, not, like, do, like, an analysis of the reason for why the person is committing the crime. So, I mean, it's just, they committed disproportionate amount of crime, so of course they're gonna disproportionately...
Okay, so you're very, very close to getting the point as to, wait, so do you believe in systematic racism?
I believe it can happen. I don't believe it currently happens, no.
You don't believe that systematic racism does what? You just pointed out that, okay, let's back up here.
No, people are dealing with the effects of old systematic racism, like segregation was systematic racism, but segregation has been abolished. I believe that the aftermath of that is affecting people, but the systematic oppression and racism itself has been abolished. So this is just the aftermath of that.
Okay, so what? Okay, this doesn't make sense. So you just...
I think I'm being clear. Correct me if I'm not.
All right, so you just admitted that systemic racism exists. You literally just walked through Black people having accounting for a disproportionate amount of crime because of the fact that they are disproportionately poorer than the rest of the United States, right?
Yes, but that's as a result.
So that's not. So the. So
no,
that's
no,
not...
it's not, because nothing the system is doing today, I believe, is keeping them down in that position. I believe that as a result of previous actions by the government, such as segregation, slavery, that had an aftermath on these communities, but I don't believe that currently systemic oppression is going on. I think slavery was awful. I think segregation was awful. But at some point, I believe there needs to be a form of accountability taken by these communities, and eventually people need to stop playing the victim. And I think that unfortunately these communities, like, after back in, like, for example, when immigrants came in the early 1900s to New York.
Okay, so let me
hold on. Ghettos still exists, like, they've always been there.
So did systemic racism end exactly the moment when segregation ended? Like, when did systemic racism end for you?
When there were no laws that prevented an African American or anybody from having an equal opportunity due to their...
You know that the South was, like, still segregated for years after Brown versus Board of Education, right? Like,
well, yeah, I said when segregation ended. So when segregation ended, meaning when the South was also desegregated.
There are laws there were laws back then that supposedly defended Black people from this,
I'm talking
from
about
being...
right now. I'm saying I don't believe that systemic racism in our government is a thing at the moment, no.
Systemic racism has more to do with the capitalist system that keeps them down rather than actual laws.
What are you saying?
All right, now let me...
Like, okay, yeah, this is just going to keep on going.
Can I offer a third point?
Yes!
All right,
yes, here. Please, yes!
I think that it doesn't have anything to do with systemic racism. I think it has more to do with IQ.
Hold on. Wait. Oh, I knew you were going to say that. All right.
Whoa, wait.
All right, let's break that down. So, IQ. Let's walk through that. So, what do you define as IQ?
I define IQ. Are you going to try and argue that IQ isn't real? Is that what you're really going to do? Because we know that IQ correlates highly to living successfully in a Western society.
No, I'm actually not going to argue that IQ isn't real.
Okay, so IQ is what's defined by an IQ test.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What are the reasons as to why Black people are statistically more likely to have less IQs than white people within America.
Less IQs.
I do like how you put that.
Or shit. Okay, yeah, that was
lower IQs.
Lower IQs.
Less IQs, though, I think has a better.
All right, lower IQs.
Let's not be pedantic. I knew what you meant.
All right, let's get off on the semantics here. Let me ask you.
Generous Bimble. He knows what you mean. All right, go ahead, sir.
See, I'm seeing in the chat that it's some people are saying something about genetics. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. What is your explanation for the lower IQ?
See, here's the thing. Here's the fundamental difference between leftists and the alt-right. Here's the thing. Leftists acknowledge the fact that black people or other minorities are in society less privileged than white people. They graduate college on a lesser basis than white people. They have access to poorer education and on average do not make as much as white people. Leftists agree with the alt-right on that point. The difference is that leftists, like myself, believe that the reason for that is because environmental factors and systematic racism or systemic racism.
Mm-hmm.
Alt-right people believe that it's because black people are genetically inferior to white people.
Can you cite what specifically today, like what specific like laws or like things actions?
Okay, Aiden, we're not talking about that.
No, but you just said systemic racism. I'm just asking, like, why? Like,
look, hold on, wait. I'll let you get back in, but let Bibble. Go ahead, Bibble. Let him get in.
So you think that nature has nothing to do with this? Is that correct?
Well, it depends. I believe that to a certain extent, nature plays a role within shaping somebody. But I also believe that environment is basically the main factor that determines how somebody's going to end up. For example, if I'm a child and I'm raised in, well, let's say a racist household, then I'm way more likely to be racist than somebody who's raised in a household that's, considerably liberal. Does that make sense?
I don't necessarily agree with that, but for the sake of argument, I'll give you that. Go ahead.
Please continue,
so you never answered my question about whether or not you believe genetics results in a decreased IQ.
Yes,
you believe that genetics plays a role in why black people on average have lower IQs than white people.
Yes.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that black people are on average extremely poor, have access to lesser education, and are basically trapped within being poor.
Like, I didn't say that was the only reason, though.
But how do you explain the higher rate of crime among all socioeconomic levels?
What do you mean?
That black people have a higher rate.
Are you doing like the JonTron thing where? Are you doing like the JonTron thing where it's like all like rich black people commit more crimes than like poor white people? Is that what you're trying to pull here? Or like I'm actually not understanding.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's exactly. That was a. Do you have a statistic to back this up?
Among all socioeconomic levels, black people commit more crime. Yes.
Wait, what?
Among all so a white person that's middle class and a black person that's middle class, the black person is more likely to commit a crime.
A black person is more likely to commit a crime. All right.
Among all do you know what socioeconomic levels mean?
No, I know what that means.
Okay.
No, I get what you're saying,
I'm putting the words together, but you don't seem to be understanding.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, do you have any like statistical information that you could link that could like tell me this?
I don't have any on hand, no. I'm sure. Okay, let me put out a call. Links appear, please. I'm sure someone.
I have seen that stat before, but I don't have it.
I'm sure people have the stats on hand. I'm sure they're furiously looking them up right now. So we'll have them momentarily. There's a slight delay. But we'll get those in just a little bit. Now, let me ask you this. How does being poor cause you to rape someone?
What?
Well, we know black people are more likely to commit rapes. How does being poor cause you to rape someone?
Well, rape is a crime.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so
And how does
do you
poverty
agree?
explain rape?
Poverty. Oh my God. All right, so let's see. People are more likely to commit crimes when they're poor because of their circumstances, right?
Well, that has been put out there, yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, that argument works if
simple.
you have things like, monetary crimes or things of that nature. But why would being poor cause you to rape somebody?
See, that's the thing, is that whenever you are poor, okay, so it has more to do with environment than being poor. Me just not having money doesn't result in me not me committing crimes. It has to do with the fact that being poor means that you are in an environment that is violent. You're in an environment. All right, so let's see. Being poor isn't just like this thing that is separate from everything else. It's intrinsically linked to environment. If you're poor, then you're going to live with other poor people. Right?
Yeah.
You're not going to live in like rich suburban neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Correct.
now what we're trying So correct. So what we're trying to get at here is that when you're in that kind of environment, it drives you to do, shitty things. Actually, I worded that like shit. Basically, what I'm saying is that socioeconomic situations create a violent environment, which leads to people committing crimes such as rape, robbery, etc. So it's kind of like being poor doesn't automatically make you a rapist. Nobody says that. Nobody's trying to make that argument. But statistically,
well, we know
poor people are more like. You're kind of like asking like on it. Like this is a philosophical question that you're asking here. Like, why does being poor make you
rape or
rape?
not to rape? Is it
Yeah, to rape or not to rape. Like, what does that?
It really is. Well, it's not well explained.
Don't rape, by the way. I want to be clear.
It's not well explained by socioeconomic levels, but it is well explained by having lower impulse control and lower IQ.
Did you know that white people are also the leading cause of rape in America?
How are they the leading cause of rape?
Statistically, they are the leading people who commit rape in America.
Oh, okay. I see. No, he's not talking by proportion. He's talking by total number. He knows very well that you're more likely to be raped by a black person than a white person.
What?
You have to take proportion
according to the FBI statistics.
Okay, sorry, say
black
that again.
People, according to FBI statistics, FBI crime statistics.
FBI crime statistics. Can you link me would you happen to have these FBI crime statistics on hand?
See, that one I can get you pretty quickly. Just give me 1 second. So you're not aware that black people disproportionately commit more violent crimes and more rapes. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, what I'm saying is that even with the disproportional crime rate among blacks, that white people commit more rapes than black people do.
Not per capita.
What?
Not per capita.
Not per capita. What?
Not proportionately. No.
Per capita. Okay, that's another one. Come on, Beagle. Where's Battle Beagle? God damn it! This makes me think of Beagle every time.
I'm sorry. I apologize for using the correct term. So let me break this down.
Where would I put a link to the statistic? Shit, I can't speak. This is the stats that I have on rape.
You have
averages per
red M&Ms and you have green M&Ms, right? And let's say 1 out of every 100 red M&Ms is poisonous, and then we'll say 1 out of every 4 green M&Ms is poisonous. Would you be more likely to cross the street to avoid the green M&Ms than the red M&Ms?
All right, see, what you're doing here is you're conflating two different statistics. What you're saying here is that you're pretending as if the 13% crime statistic, you're basically conflating that with rape. Like, the 13% crime statistic means all crimes, as in rape, robbery, everything like that. That doesn't mean that black people, on average, are all more likely to commit rape specifically.
Oh, no, they definitely break it down. They definitely break it down.
Who breaks it down?
The FBI crime statistics definitely break it down.
FBI, you're not even showing me the FBI crime statistics.
I know. I don't have it on hand, man. I really did not expect
of course
this.
You do. No, of course you don't have it on hand.
You can get upset about it, but I don't keep these things on hand.
No, you're just pulling things out of your ass and expecting me to believe it.
Okay, like I said, man, I'm looking for it, if anybody has those, please post them in the chat and I can show this gentleman. Let's see, what do we have?
Do you mind if I have somebody? Do you mind if I invite somebody that I know on here?
No, that's a bad.
Wait, you phoning a friend?
Considering the fact that I'm kind of.
I don't care. I don't mind, really. No.
All right. How do I invite somebody?
Wait, why do you say no, Aiden? Though Aiden seemed concerned.
Because what you tend to do is I feel like you'll repeat like left-wing talking points, but not actually know what you're saying. So my question,
kind of like you do with right-wing talking points, right?
There you go. I've gone ahead and.
Sorry, continue.
I've gone ahead and posted in the suggest stories, if you see it there.
Oh my god, now hold on, wait, Worski, they can't see you yet. Holy shit. Okay,
suggest
you know what?
Stories.
You know what's fucked up? Because we don't have the collar bot tonight. Oh my god, Worski looks amazing, dude. This is insane. Wait, don't tell me yet. Don't tell me yet. Hold on. Now, so the thing is, we don't have the collar bot, but we got to show your so here's what we're going to do. Show your costume, and then jump in the Discord after, and then after this is over, we'll jump back to Hangouts. Okay. Now, while they get their statistics together, I didn't plan on this to happen. Okay. Let's switch over. Hold on. Should I do the drum roll again? Yeah, I should. Face saying I should. Okay. Excuse me, Zoomer girl. Anyway. All right. Uh-oh, drum roll! Drum roll for Worski! Okay, you ready, Worski? Because I can't see you. Okay, let's pull him up. Oh, there he is! There he is!
Howdy, gentlemen. How you all doing tonight? I am the owner of one of the biggest plantations.
Wait, what?
In the South. They call me Rubber Worski. Ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be here.
Are you seeing this? Plantation owner Worski. I wonder where he got that idea from.
Yo, just real talk. Yo, these glasses are from like fucking 1890.
Were you able to find?
I have the box over there. They're like literally.
No shit.
These are like
provide
and
literally
this
prove my
pipe's
point.
like fucking 90 years old. And these glasses are about like 80, 85 years old or some shit.
Holy shit. Dude, went way back. All right, now hop in the Discord because they're arguing about racism and per capita.
Okay,
and then we'll switch back.
If anyone asks, I'm a scientist. Okay?
Now, normally, yes, you're a scientist, world-renowned scientist, actually. Yeah, the only thing is, usually we would have the collar bot, but Gator's out of pocket tonight, so we just don't have it. That's the only thing. But we'll make do. There's Worski, Plantation Worski.
This costume rules. Eh?
It does rule. That's the way you got your hair. Is that all your hair, by the way, or is that a piece? Like
that is literally my hair. I put a mousse in it so it would stick, and then baby powder everywhere.
That looks nice. All right, now hop in the call. We'll get back to these racist discussions on racism. All right, hop in the Discord, Worski. Okay, we're back. You guys, whatever you said the last 2 or 3 minutes, we couldn't hear it because.
All right, how would I invite somebody on here? Like, what would I have to?
You're still doing that?
I know, but how do I do it though?
Just send them that Discord link that I sent you, man. It's open. Like.
All right. Oh shit. Okay, I thought it was only a one-time use thing. I'm fucking stupid.
May I ask a quick question before they join, just really quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I was asking for you to elaborate earlier on what you meant, like specifically by like what I was asking you what you think currently about our laws like is systematically like racist. And I want you to actually answer that because you keep using the word current. Well, you keep saying that there's currently systemic racism in the United States, but I feel like you're not elaborating. So I want to know what you mean by that.
All right. Also, your mic. What are you doing with that mic? Be careful there, because
oh shit, it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so with systemic racism, you literally conceded to the point that black people are. Oh shit! Sorry.
No, not what I said. I want you to answer. Just give me the definition, or just tell me what you currently
systemic.
think.
All right, so basically, systemic oppression.
Here we go.
Is basically when one group of people. I'm trying to make this very simple for you. It's when one group of people is systemically less advantaged than another group of people based on the actions of the people who aren't oppressed. Does that make sense?
Yes, so I'm asking you what current actions are causing people to be oppressed.
It's not the actions, it's not the current actions, it's the constant inaction. Like, what are we doing to remedy the effects of black people? Like you said earlier, that that you believe that the reason that black people are in the position that they're in is because of the fact of like segregation and slavery, right?
Yes, I think that definitely gave them a disadvantage.
So what specifically is America doing as a government and as a society to bring black people to the level that white people have? Considering the fact...
Hey, why the fuck are you bringing up this shit and letting him off the point that I'm trying to make?
Okay, sorry. There's just okay.
Yeah, Aiden.
But can I answer his question and then we'll go back to in regards to colleges are accepting minority students with the same grades over white students to
okay, but that hold that thought. Ralph, can you drag in Comrade with the...
All right, I will, but I'll drag him in, and I got Dingoes in there. A bunch of other people want to get in on this, of course. It's Halloween.
He still has
here.
Not answered my questions. I've got the perfect table, and this guy's fucking droning on about, systemic racism. Come on,
because
man.
it's intrinsically linked 60s. To what the point that
you're making.
What do you mean? Do you think that
today is not the 60s. You don't understand that either, or what?
Do you think that racism is just gone now? Like, it's not the 60s anymore. Racism's gone.
Yeah, systemic racism is gone as far as black people are concerned.
But when did it end? When did systemic racism end?
When they passed laws to stop systemic racism.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So let's put a visual here, right? The president is sitting in his chambers, and there's an executive order, and it says, Mr. President, there's a bill right here that says systemic racism will be ended if you sign it. The president signs it, and then bam, that instant moment right there, black people became equal. They did not become equal. It's all fucking stupid. You talk about it as if the government has any capacity whatsoever to end the systemic racism that exists in American society. Like, just because the laws say that systemic racism doesn't exist doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Well, tell me how it does currently.
Wait. You just said the government can't end it. Well, if they can't end it, then what does it even matter? Like, what if they're just fighting? Yeah.
Because it's up to us as a society to advocate for policies that do. Like,
what
the
policies?
Government can't.
I mean, you said the government can't end it.
What I'm saying is that the government can't end it just by saying that it's ended.
So they can't end it unless they're racist against white people, is what you're saying. Unless the system is racist against white people, the government can't.
No, what I'm saying is that they have to pass laws that account for the fact that black people aren't just going to magically become equal to white people.
What would those laws do? Give them a better chance of getting hired, or require so many black people be hired?
What?
I'm asking you, what kind of laws are you wanting, man?
What kind of rule? Okay.
That is a fair question.
I mean, that's like a huge fucking... Dude, redlining is literally one of the biggest examples of systemic racism within America right now. Do you want that specific example?
Sure.
Okay, do you know what redlining is?
Yes, I know what redlining is.
So how can you sit here and tell me that systemic racism doesn't exist when you know what redlining is?
Well, do you think that people import immigrants to try and get votes?
I mean, no. Well, I mean, I guess to an extent.
Okay, so you're gonna be dishonest. You're just gonna sit there and fucking be I mean, if you want to be dishonest, we can start doing
it. If we're being really cynical here, if we're gonna be really cynical, we could make. Yeah, I guess you could make the argument that
microphone
Democrats
problem.
are hoping.
Be careful. You're.
I guess you could definitely make the point that immigrants, whenever Democrats advocate for immigrants coming into the country, that is definitely they're hoping for those votes.
Okay, Aiden, thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna move on to the rest of the callers. Thank you so much for getting in, sir.
See you.
All right, you have a good one, man. Thank you so much. Shout out, I'm glad you got to come on the kill streak for a long time.
Arguing about who's fucking
drag.
I know. Bibble wasn't happy. All right, now let me read these very quickly.